we're going to talk about the newly axed manga, Alien Headbutt. I'm actually really sad and a little bit angry that this series got axed. I'm sad because this series has really good potential, even though it has this sort of experimental aspect of what Weekly Shonen Jump manga usually is. And I'm angry that it is not Kinato Magic that got the axe. Because that shit is just an inferior version of fairy tale. Anyway, let's just talk about the story of what could be the best new gen wrestling manga, Alien Headbutt. So the story took place in February 2028, where something terrestrial falls into the Earth's atmosphere. The story starts with Ouga Shirokiba, a boy who is so obsessed with pro wrestling. Even when boys his age took interest in sexy models or idols, Ouga instead loved the bare chest of male pro wrestlers. When Ouga hits 15 years old, he wants to abandon his dream of becoming a pro wrestler because he wants to help out in the house since his dad died and he got 4 other siblings to take care of. I must say, I really like the art style and thought that it really fits a sports manga about wrestling. Anyway, his family knows that this is Ouga's dream and he has been practicing for years. So they went behind his back to register him to the Japan Wrestling Federation and even bought him a ticket to Tokyo. A few years after that, Ouga became the most promising newcomers in the wrestling scene. Seeing a Weekly Shonen Jump manga having an adult main character is a really fresh experience. So after Ouga returned to his hometown, after 5 years, he noticed everyone was missing and there were signs of something bad happens. Then one humanoid alien appeared in front of Ouga. This alien then proceeds to beat the shit out of Ouga until he is near death. Fortunately, Ouga got that flashback power-up that let him get back up and proceeds to beat the alien with a German suplex. But out of nowhere, a parasitic tentacle stabbed Ouga in the heart. Few hours after that, Ouga woke up unscathed. He thought that this might be the work of the parasite that just stabbed him a while ago. He also noticed that he was brought to safety by a little kid. The kid explained to Ouga about what happened to everyone on the island. He explained how these aliens were hatched from these egg-looking pods that rained down on Earth. Some of the islanders were killed, but most of them were abducted. Ouga hopes his family is safe. As they go on a journey to find their family, they came across 3 of the same alien that Ouga just killed in the previous chapter. But this time, Ouga was having an easier time due to the parasite inside him increasing his physical abilities. Ouga also gains another ally. It's the older brother of the kid that saved him, which is also Ouga's childhood friend named Tatsumi. Though things don't go so well for Tatsumi, as he got his arm blown by a bird-looking alien. As Tatsumi was in a critical condition, Ouga was forced to end the fight as quickly as he can, and gambled on the parasite ability to save Tatsumi from critical condition. Ouga managed to beat the alien and get the parasite to save Tatsumi. But this caught the interest of the stronger aliens. Take a look at these designs. I really like it. 2 of them appeared in front of Ouga and the others. The spiky one asked if Ouga was the one that killed the bird aliens or not. The human-looking alien called Fulgano offered Ouga a cigarette, to which we get this funny panel of them just chilling. Anyway, Ouga asked them why are they kidnapping humans. Fulgano answered that they did that to harvest their energy as a way to feed one alien embryo. After noticing that Ouga might have something special about him, Fulgano wants to do some experiments on him. After taking his family hostage, Olga agreed to come. Once Olga woke up, he met a woman that explains they are now at the underground facility where they want to create soldiers from this alien biology. The spiky alien, whose name we now know as Needle Boy, also appeared to greet Olga. He explains that these soldiers will be used to help them conquer Earth. Olga then attacks the Needle Boy, but he told them that it's not a wise decision, since most of these experiment subjects are also hostage. Olga has no choice but to obey, as he then underwent cruel experiments done to his body. Even though Olga could handle the pain of the experiment, he fell into depression because even if he goes through with these torturous experiments, it still won't help the other subjects. Luckily, Saito, the woman from earlier, brought Olga a little gift. It was Little May, his pet goat who is now turned into a human, apparently. From this chapter, I know that the axe is looming over Alien Headbutt, waiting to fall. Little May then told Olga that they should break out of this facility. Olga and Little May prepared to fight as we saw their new upgrades. Olga and the goat managed to beat most of the guards until they're face to face with Needle Boy. With his new strength, Olga managed to beat Needle Boy with almost zero difficulty. At this point, the axe is already at full swing and we're just waiting for it to hit. The last few chapters are just Olga speedrunning through the aliens that noticed him killing the bird aliens a few chapters ago. And Tatsumi also returned after his recovery, and he got a new alien power. Tatsumi and the little goat then stayed to hold off the aliens as Olga went to meet Fulgano, because Fulgano wants to have a deathmatch with Olga. After watching some wrestling on TV, Olga finally reached the arena Fulgano prepared for them, which is inside an active volcano. Get it? Because his name is also Fulgano. Anyway, by the 15th chapter, the axe is only an inch before it hits. Akira Inui, the mangaka, already gave up as he prepared the most basic fight for a finale. Fulgano then ditched his katana as he also transformed into his true form. Akira Inui even gave Fulgano a pretty basic villain personality of thinking that family is the worst weakness someone can have. But these basic villain motives are only a way for Olga to be some sort of antithesis to Fulgano. This is basically Naruto's final fight, but the difference is Fulgano and Olga aren't that gay. Fulgano continued to brawl with Olga. Few moments later, Fulgano brought the child they are currently growing from siphoning energy from all the other humans. I know this egg could be what Meruem was from Hunter x Hunter, but since the manga is ending, Akira Inui made Fulgano eat the egg in order to increase his power. This new form of Fulgano dominates Olga for a while, until Olga headbutts Fulgano. Olga's final attack is to choke Fulgano with the parasites and slam him to the ground, Rock Lee style. Olga came out as a winner of the match and returned to his family and friends. The chapter is ended with Olga fighting the remaining aliens that are still left on Earth. Genuinely, I'm really sad that it ends. Again, I think the series has more potential. I do have a theory that wrestling in Japan is not that popular anymore, or the new generation of kids are not that interested in wrestling, or even on a main character that is an adult. I hope Akira Inui sensei won't stop drawing because of this. Clearly, he got next for drawing fights and designing characters. He just have to write a more appealing story to the newer generation. What do you guys think about this series? Tell me in the comments below. That will be it for this video. See you guys next time.